Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Patek Philippe Grand Complication with a Perpetual calendar and chronograph reference 5271P-010 in platinum with a black dial and Baguette bezel and gem setting on the lugs. I will tell you a little bit about the history of this watch, then I'll tell you about where it stands in the lineup of other similar Perpetual calendar chronographs. Then I'll tell you about the case bezel dial bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start. The 5271P, which is what this one is, has a 71 in the reference number instead of a 70 because it has all these gems on it, in particular diamonds. So it is based off this. It is actually the same model as the 5270. So I'm going to classify them all as the same 5270 because that's what it is. The one just denotes it that it has gems. They're all part of the Perpetual calendar chronograph family. And this family of watches was released in around 2011. And now being 2026, it's already had a 15-year run. So it's quite old. It's been around for quite some time. And there's a lot of history behind it. It goes back so much. I can't get through all the history. But basically, the 5270 or the 5271, you could say, it was the first time that Patek started making their Perpetual calendar chronographs with in-house movements. Before that, they were made by, they took a Lemania movement and they modified it to fit their watch. This is the first time they made everything in-house. Okay, and they've been doing that now for 15 years, and they've had a lot of variations. For the Grand Complication, I believe it's probably the one with the most complications of any compared to any other, and for rightfully so, because it has a beautiful case, beautiful proportion to it, and it's actually one of the cheaper ones, not the cheapest, but one of the cheaper ones. When I say cheaper, I mean not $500,000, $1 million level. Okay, all right, but almost actually. Okay, so with that said, where does it stand in the lineup? Okay, now let's take a look at this. Where does it stand in the lineup? Well, they make a lot of different variations. They make white gold, yellow gold, rose gold, with different dial configurations, platinum even, with green dial, salmon dial. I mean, they've been doing this watch for 15 years. So you can imagine like almost every year or every other year, they've been releasing a different variation of it. So they got tons of dials. Okay, but the one that we're looking at here is the one with diamonds on the bezel, which are actually Baguette diamonds, and on the lugs as well. And interestingly, they even have it on the dial. Can you see where? Because I'll tell you where when we get there. All right, so they also make it in sapphire with blue, or they make it in green emerald with rubies. So they like a lot of different variations, but this is the black one with diamonds. Probably the most wearable, if you ask me, because it's not so easy to wear a red, green, or sapphire blue watch. And it's actually also the cheapest. This watch, at the very least, it's the retail price is around $340,000, and it's selling for right around $340,000 on the secondary market, as in Jazz Time selling it for right around $340,000. So it's one of the watches that you can get at retail that you couldn't get at Patek because you need a big spend history to buy something like this. Okay, so with that said, let's start talking about the watch itself, starting with the case. It shares the same case as the 5271, but because it has all these diamonds everywhere, or not everywhere, but just like on the lugs, the case is going to look slightly different, but it still has the same basic structure. So let's look at the case. The case is going to be very nicely sized 41 millimeter. I think that's, for many people, 41 is going to be perfect size. And it's not too thick either. It has only 12.7 millimeters. If you think about it, that's remarkably thin, considering that it has both a perpetual calendar, not an annual calendar, but a perpetual, meaning you never have to change it. And it also has a chronograph. It only has the 30-minute chronograph, but still it's a chronograph, okay? So that really makes the watch have a lot of function packed into not a very big size. And Patek is known for that. Some people call it the king of complication because they managed to put such great complications into such small packages. Like nobody else can do that. Okay, so with that said, that's the dimensions of it. And I just want to bring your attention to some of the casework here. You still get, like in the 5270, the lugs, you still have sort of these ridges on the lugs that identify it as a 5270 or 5271 and make it, because no other lugs look like this in the Patek collection. They also have these really nice pushers, look a little bit, I wouldn't say old school, but they're simple, but they're elegant. Okay, now let's look at the bezel here. Now the bezel is really what you're paying for. Oh, I forgot to mention, on the case, if you look at the lugs a little bit carefully, you'll notice that there are baguettes placed into the case, and they're done really nicely. Okay, and that matches the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is the bezel. Look at the bezel here. It's also done really well, and it's all done in baguettes. There's actually 58 diamonds on the bezel, and it's 4 carats, done really nicely. And they I guess they say actually it's 58 for baguettes, including the bezel and the case, I believe. All right, and if you even look, it just if you do look at baguettes instead of round diamonds, I believe that it makes it look a lot more elegant. It definitely makes it a lot more expensive, that's for sure. It's harder to cut these baguettes than it is to do round stones, and they're much rarer. But at any rate, Patek does a great job of doing that. And it doesn't look in any way, if you ask me, feminine, because baguettes make the watch still retain its masculinity while at the same time making it very luxurious and out of reach. And that's sort of the definition of luxury. By definition, it has to be rare and out of reach. If everybody can have it, it's commonplace and it's no longer luxurious. So it really accomplishes that. Okay, let's move on to the dial here. Now, I was telling you at the beginning of this that the dial has a baguette in it. It actually has a diamond. I didn't even notice that until I picked it up, but it actually has a diamond at the 12 o'clock. And when I looked, I've seen the pictures online so many times, and I must have poured through it many times even before making this video. And I never really noticed the diamond. But then when I got in person, I realized, oh, there's actually a baguette at the 12 o'clock. And I think that's quite nice. Okay, so there's a couple things to unpack here. First of all, it's the only white metalled black dial 5270, or you can call it 5271, perpetual calendar chronograph. It's the only one with a black dial. You would think that they would have made one with a black dial, but they didn't. Strangely enough, they made one with a blue, they made it with green, they made it with salmon, but they never made it with black. And the only time they made it with black is with all these diamonds. So, I guess that black must be a very special color. Okay, what else is about it? Well, it has a tachymeter, and some of them actually don't have a tachymeter. For example, if you look at the platinum one with green, it doesn't have this crazy tachymeter here. Tachymeter, I mean, functionally, yeah, I'm sure there's a way to tell speed, but most of us aren't going to use it for that. But it looks cool because it makes the watch very busy looking. And some people like busy watches. Actually, I do too. So the hour markers are going to be quite nice. They did these hour markers fashioned in white gold or indices. And then the hands, they're a little different if you look at them. For example, if you compare them to like the platinum version or something, platinum green one. These hands are kind of like leaf hands almost, or like, I guess you call them sword hands or what, I'm not sure what you call them, but the hands, as you see, kind of have this oval shape to it, and it looks traditional but very elegant. I like that. There's no luminescent on it, unfortunately, because it's all done in white gold. So that's sort of I guess you'd say a negative. You have the date aperture here at the top, and the month on the right, January through December, and then Monday through Friday on the left. On the left-hand subcounter, it's a running second hand, and on the right hand, it's a 30-minute counter. Oh, if I had to say one thing negative about this, is that they made this chronograph, but it only counts 30 minutes, so 30 minutes is a little bit short. Okay, anyways, at the bottom here, you have the date 1 through 31, and then you have the moon phase. Now, they actually made another 5271. It's called the 52 Sorry, did I say at the beginning of this video, this is reference 5271P-010? Hopefully I did, because they actually make another one with a reference 5271P-001, which was released, quite a while back. I want to say I don't know, 2014 or something. And I looked at them side by side. Only difference I could see was the moon phase. The blue was a little bit darker in this one than it was in the previous generation. Maybe there's something else. I tried ChatGPT, but I didn't really get a good answer. So I'm going to say that that's the difference. I don't know why they need to change the whole reference number for that, but I guess they do. Okay, at any rate, that's the dial. And you have the leap year at the bottom, by the way. Okay, so what else are you going to say about this? That's it for the dial, really. Okay, let's move on here and talk about the strap. Now, the strap here is just going to be your basic black crocodile, but they actually even put gems on the clasp. They say they do they do 22 baguette cut diamonds on the clasp, which actually is pretty amazing. It looks awesome. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the movement here. Now, the movement is going to be the same as they do for a 5270. It's Perpetual calendar chronograph. That's not going to change just because it has diamonds on the face. It's a movement CH29-535 PSQ. All right, it's manual wind so that you can actually see it. And what is probably the most special about this movement is it has 456 parts, which actually is a lot of parts, but it's not that much. I mean, it's not some crazy amount. I've seen watches up to like 600 for split seconds with even AP. Some of their, I think, has something like that. It's got a lot of parts, not a crazy amount, but it is a 15-year-old movement now, but they have figured out how to make this movement really well. So yeah, looks quite nice. It has a power reserve of 65 hours. And aside from that, it also looks beautiful. So yeah, beautiful movement. Okay, time to try this watch on and give you my thoughts. My thoughts are that the 5270 Perpetual calendar chronograph is one of the best grand complications that Patek has ever made. And I think that it's going to have the perfect size of any grand complication. And as you can see, it looks really nice on my wrist. I like the way that it's has a big case and not too thick. And it has a very useful complication. So not only is it very prestigious, it's actually pretty useful as well. And in this configuration with all these diamonds and everything, I think it really stands out and looks amazing. So look, if you want to buy at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jazztime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.